What's up, nerds? We are your hosts. I'm Jake.
And I am Chad.
This week, we are sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
We are also sponsored by Cry Baby Craig's Hot Sauce.
So this week, we will be talking about the latest episode of The Mandalorian.
We will also be talking about some nerd news. There's a lot of it, so let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast. Tink.
Nerd. Welcome back, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Jake Lee. How was your week this week?
It was okay. Whew.
Yeah?
The tequila on top of that, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're having those...
I ran into the same problem yesterday. Speaking of yesterday, we hung out yesterday. It was a good time. We got drunk. We
pleasantly buzzed.
We grilled. And we smoked some cigars. It was a beautiful day out yesterday here in Minnesota.
Yeah. When I left your house, it was like 45, 47 degrees out.
That's like summertime.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close.
How was your week, Chadley?
Well, yesterday I went to your house. We grilled out. It was a lot of fun. We tried vegan steaks.
Mm-hmm.
Meh. Had good flavor. Definitely did not resemble a steak at all, texture-wise. And because we grilled out, they got a little crispy and drier than a duck's fart. But because the flavor was there, I'm going to give them another try and try cooking them a different way. Also, I got a haircut. For those of you watching on YouTube, I cut off my hippie mane.
Yeah.
It was great. Your girlfriend did it. It looks great.
She did. Yeah. Looks okay. Just kidding.
It looks nice.
I'm just
like
kidding.
she did a good job.
No.
I'd have a weird shaped head and a really bad hairline.
She did the best she could.
Yeah. You can only polish a turd so much. Again, this is nothing against her skill level. I just look weird.
We also worked on some secretive things that we're not ready to share.
But probably will be in the next couple of months.
We've been hinting at it for a while. And yeah, we've been working on something. And we're going to share it someday.
It's porn.
It's porn.
We're starting an OnlyFans.
Hit the link tree.
Link in the bio. No, yeah, we did. And it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We're very excited.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about us. Let's get into sponsor number one so we can talk about some nerdy shit, shall we?
Yeah.
So our first sponsor is Ray's Energy Drinks. Talk about a lot. Fantastic energy drink. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 crash. Goes on practically anything. No, but if energy drinks aren't your thing, they have all kinds of stuff from like pancakes, cake in a cup, cookie dough. A fair amount of it is plant-based too, which is pretty awesome. Also supplements. So if energy drinks aren't your thing, still check them out. Listen up, learn how to save 15%, and Jake will try and pick up what he just dropped all over his desk.
I didn't know if you saw it, so I was just like, I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah. Listen up, learn how to save 15%, and we'll be right back with you to talk about some nerd news. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, nerds, we are going to talk about some nerd news circling in the nerd world. One of the big ones is, we just found this out yesterday, Jonathan Majors, a.k.a. Kang, has been arrested for allegedly assaulting and strangling a woman in New York. This is bad news, if it's true.
Yeah, it's not great, Cotton.
I've been rooting for Jonathan Majors for a long time. And
I have too. I think he's fantastic. I mean,
he just started blowing up, like really blowing up. I mean, Creed 3, Ant-Man 3,
even Loki.
Kang Dynasty. Yeah, Loki. I mean,
yeah, big things coming up.
Yeah. I'm hoping that there is some bullshit that's happening, and it's not true. Because I'm really rooting for this guy. If it is true, though, I just want to be the first. We want to be the first to say, "Fuck him."
Yeah. If this turns out being true, we will flip on this dude so fucking hard.
Yeah, like recast his ass. Like fucking, don't let that dude make any more money. Like you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. There's no room in society, let alone any position of power, to do something like that and get away with it. Like, if it's true, like, fuck right off. If it's not true, I don't want to, like, I don't know who this victim is that brought it out there and got him arrested. Don't know anything about who they are. We're on the side of the victim, no matter what.
Whoever it is, yeah.
If this woman is the victim, like, we support you. Screw that dude. If he's the victim, we're on his side. Like, that's all it comes down to. Like, there's no room for this bullshit. Not in society, not in Hollywood, not anywhere. Like,
it's hard because when you don't know all the details, it's hard to say who you side with. I won't say any names, but I've personally witnessed, like, a man that got the shit kicked out of him by his girlfriend. And not that he couldn't have beat her up if he wanted to, but he restrained himself and just, like, defensively put his hands up. And she called the cops on him. And because when the cops got there, she was sitting on the ground crying, he got arrested. And he didn't do anything wrong. So, and especially in Hollywood with somebody who's making a bunch of money, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, maybe somebody's trying, like, hey, you attacked me, and if you don't give me $1 million, I'm going to ruin your life. You know what I mean?
Maybe happened. Maybe it's a cash grab.
Yeah, this has happened in Hollywood before. I'm not saying that's what happened.
We've even talked about it. I mean, like, that's Amber Heard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what was the one girl that there was I forget what the exact circumstances were, but there was some rich guy. He was like a known, like, billionaire, millionaire, whatever, staying at a hotel. Like, the maid cleaned up his room, impregnated herself with his used condom, and then won child support in court.
I didn't know about that. But
Yeah. That wasn't a famous person thing. I'm just saying we don't I'm not defending him because I don't know what happened, and I'm not defending her because I don't know what happened. Like
yeah,
Chad said, we are on the side of the victim, whether it's her or him. We back you. Uh, just saying,
yeah.
this is what happened. We don't know what the circumstances are as of right now.
And even though
Hopefully, we'll
we are at this point in time fans of Jonathan Majors, if it turns out that he is the abuser, like fuck that.
I
Over.
hope he never makes another red cent if that's the case.
Yeah.
Like, that I'll be so mad because I watched this dude blow up from the HBO show
Lovecraft? Lovecraft County?
Lovecraft Country.
Country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been rooting for this dude ever since. And if he did this, fucking kick rocks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, like,
Kick rocks, bitch.
I was gonna say bro again, but directed at her.
If it's fake, like, he's a the thing that worries me is that if he did do it, he's a massive fucking man. Like,
Especially coming off of Creed 3 and Kang and like
even, I mean, he's always been
building
he
to,
got bigger for those movies, but
Yeah.
he's always been just a huge dude. And if he, I mean, if you did, you're a piece of shit if you did something like that.
I hope it's not true, but I
Yeah.
don't want to speculate because we don't know much. So we record over the weekends. So
Yeah.
when this comes out, it's been a few days. So if
Yeah.
more news has come out after this, we'll try and
this
put
ha-
something on
he was-
social media. We'll try and keep up with
He was
it. But
arrested Saturday morning,
yeah,
and no official statement has been made. His publicist said that it's bullshit, and he's excited to clear his name, but we don't know. We
Yeah.
don't know anything yet. So
we'll stay on top of it, and hopefully we can retract this information, and say that, we were...
that, or we'll just bash the shit out of him. the
Yeah,
next
or
time
we're
we
just going to
talk
talk
about
shit
it.
about it. Who knows? We will find out. Moving on from something super depressing, the Blue Beetle is coming up kind of soon this summer, but we're
Yeah.
supposed to get a trailer for it because there's only been like set
Couple
photos.
set photos, yeah.
It's been tightly held under wraps, but we're supposed to get a trailer next month when Super Mario comes out.
Are you guys the Mario brothers?
I love that they're playing into that for part of it.
Yeah, I'm excited for maybe Blue Beetle. I guess I'm excited for the kid. I forget his name. It's the Miguel from Cobra Kai that plays him.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for that kid to like blow up a little bit. I don't know if the movie's gonna be any good, but I said the same thing about Shazam 2, and it knocked my socks off. So
And Harvey Gillen is in it as well from What We Do in the Shadows.
I think what's his name? Mario Lopez is in it.
George Lopez.
George Lopez. Yeah, Mario Lopez is Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I'll watch it, and hopefully I'll be as surprised as I was with Shazam 2 and be like, God damn, this is a good ass movie. But
But also, like, what does it mean? Like, because this movie was finished, going into the James Gunn, Peter
Takeover.
Safran takeover. Is this going to continue moving forward, or is this just like a one-off that then gets scrapped? Like, we don't know.
yeah.
But it's interesting, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I like all things DC right now, even after seeing Shazam 2. I just don't have a lot of like faith in it. I
Yeah.
am a little
If
bit
you,
more excited for The Flash because of all the hype that it's been getting,
yeah.
especially even from like Tom Cruise
If
and
Tom Cruise liked it, I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Which
yeah.
is kind of a bummer because I want to hate it on so many levels, but
And
yeah.
but like it's here to reset everything, but not really because James Gunn is taking a lot of the same actors and characters with him. But
I think the only way I could be like really okay with it is if they recast Ezra Miller. I just
yeah,
can't. I can't. I can't
they
do the Amber Heard, Ezra Miller. I can't do. I can't do this whole I'm rich and I can do whatever I want fucking thing.
hmm
Like go fuck yourselves.
plus with Ezra Miller and their public image, I can't come around that quickly.
Mm-mm.
You know, like I mean
And you
RDJ,
can come pretty quickly.
yeah, yeah. I'm a single dude that doesn't get a lot. It doesn't take a lot.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Tracy.
No, but like you look at RDJ, right?
Mm. He was a
Downey
piece of shit,
and
but he never hurt anybody. He never solicited minors.
and he like
He just did
was
drugs and woke up naked in people's houses.
and was like outcasted for years.
Yeah.
And then like Ezra Miller, everyone's expected just to like accept their apology and that they're getting treatment.
Hmm.
And during that treatment time, like a huge movie blockbuster is coming out and all this stuff. It's just it's wild. There needs to be some sort of like definitive, not proof, but like I think you know what I'm trying to say is like that they've actually rehabilitated themselves before I
like
can trust because I used to love Ezra Miller. Like The Perks of
there
Being a
should be like
Wallflower
a
is one of my favorite movies.
there should be a punishment. There should be like a ban, like you know how like the Oscars will ban certain uh will like ban certain
In
people
West
for
Philadelphia, yeah.
a certain amount of years before they'll let you like come back. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you did a shitty thing. You still want to act? We'll see if you really have a passion for it. You're blacklisted for the next 10 years. You still have a passion for it? We'll talk in 10 years.
Yeah.
See how you do. You know what I mean? Like, there should be. I think in his case, he solicited like a minor. Like, he should be in prison and like fuck him for the rest of his life. Like, I have
Yeah.
no interest in ever seeing an Ezra Miller movie ever again in my entire
Yeah.
life. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Same with Amber Heard. Like, go away. I'm done.
Yeah.
I will never. I used to like it. I used to think she was hot, at least. I never really thought she was a strong actress, you know, but she had the looks, you know. And after all that shit,
No.
never. If anybody in Hollywood would ever give you a shot again, hopefully not. But if they ever would, I'll never watch it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No.
I think you know where I was going.
I did. So, with that being said, uh, a show that we've talked a lot about on the podcast has been Titans.
Hmm.
And, you know, we were talking about the first half of season 4 just a few months ago. And, you know, they hit like their mid-season mark. And for some reason, even though it's HBO Max, for whatever reason, they split it. It could have been a COVID thing, who knows. But the second half is coming out in a little, by the time this episode airs, just over 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And we've got some set photos of Tim Drake in his Robin costume.
Which is probably the best costume we've seen so far. Unfortunately, it's on the worst character so far.
I love Tim Drake. I don't love Titans Tim Drake.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like in the show, I love in DC. I love Tim Drake.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they're portraying him in this show. I don't care that I like the fact that they're making him gay. That I totally support.
Because they're keeping true to the character at that point in time. He's just kind of whiny.
He's whiny. He's untrained
and overconfident.
Yeah. That's what's bothering me.
Being
I don't want anyone to misconstrue that. That's all.
Yeah.
That's why I had to
they're
correct myself a little bit, but
they're making Tim Drake overconfident, undertrained, and then he does like one badass thing after like cowering in fear for like the 4 things before it, and people are like, "See, the training's paying off," and it's like, "What training? There's been 2 training sequences.
Yeah,
like what's going on?" And whatever.
That was perfect.
And we're not.
I could tell you wanted to keep going. You're like,
it's just
whatever.
I would have kept going, like to bitch my concerns, except for the fact that it's not getting picked up for a 5th season.
Nope.
Thanks a lot, James Gunn. Like,
yeah.
I get it. You have to clean house so that you can fucking do what you want to do, but like,
the bummer about it
confidence.
is that, and like I've watched the first 2 seasons of 2 seasons of Superman and Lois, and
I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, I enjoyed both seasons, and they're getting the season that was in production, which is I think out now or about to be out. And then they're getting one more season after that so that they can wrap it up in a nice little bow for their fans. And Titans isn't getting that. They're just done after this season. So it's like they have to like either in the last episode like wrap it up abruptly, which will just be annoying and we won't get the closure we want.
Or it's going to be The Sopranos. It just cuts to black.
Yeah. Or it's just going to be done. Yeah. And it's like, give them one more fucking season, knowing that they're going to be canceled.
Even let it be a short season because they're longer episodes. Yeah. Do a 6 season.
Let it wrap it up
or the way they episode season.
Yeah, just keep the fans happy. Like, let them wrap it up, and that I think that is more for me what's more annoying about the James Gunn thing. Because I know James Gunn is a good movie maker, especially with superhero movies. He's fantastic. And I'm upset about what's going on right now. But I just have a feeling they're going to be good, and it's going to piss me off even more. But I'm going to be like, God damn it, this is really enjoyable. I
trust him. Yeah. I'm just butthurt,
But like, what's annoying me is that they're just like, done. They're not like, the fans are into this. You're taking over something that the fans are into. Let it finish in a proper way so that we can have closure to those things.
Especially
that's what's annoying me about it.
Especially the TV shows that aren't directly connected, because like Peacemaker is coming with him. Mm-hmm. Like that's
one of the things his wife is in. Of course it is.
Oh, weird. But like, and then the Flash is supposed to reset a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's a good stepping off point, and I'm totally okay with that. And I would be more okay if the things that aren't directly tied, because they've already like the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover from the CW shows, which shows the Superman and Lois, even brings in Ezra Miller for a small piece,
and brought in Hank from Titans was also in it.
Yeah, it's like let those things, like if they're going to be canceled, give them a season to wrap it up.
Yeah, they'll just
if they're not going to move forward, like those are the things that have been renewed season after season. Give them a good finale. Like give the fans a good finale. That's it. I think that we would change our tune to what James Gunn is doing a little bit more in favor. Because I mean, Guardians, the Suicide Squad, like he can do both. And I'm for having both, but it needs, like, you can't just piss off fans.
Yeah.
because
Because
you're just going to piss off
and the
fans, and
and
then
the
they're
thing
not
with
going to give a fuck about the new
one of
project.
one of the things that like I'm like struggling with James Gunn is good. I do like James Gunn, but what I'm struggling with a little bit is that like fans have been expressing their like the what we're doing right now, like, hey, like why don't you do this, like blah blah blah, like, and instead of he's being like a total cock about it, like he's being like a snarky asshole about it, like on Twitter and stuff. Like he's not just being like, I hear what you're saying, but I have a vision, like, and this is what I'm gonna do. He's like being an asshole about it to the fans. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, these are the people who you are hoping are gonna go see your movies when they come out, and you're being a fucking dickhead to them.
Don't
Do you
piss them
think,
off.
yeah, like, I'm sorry,
Why do
but
you think the Justice League pissed off so many people?
oh, I
Besides
know
it
they,
being
yeah,
Joss Whedon,
yeah,
and it just being a bastardization
yeah.
of what Zack Snyder started, but like it ruined stories.
You can be a really good director, but if your fans are not happy, they're not going to see your shit. There's already
Also,
shit going around to boycott your movies because you're being an asshole online. Like, dude, like, stop,
and
stop.
like,
How do you do it?
stop it, stop it. Uh, like the Fast and the Furious films, they're not great. Okay, they're over the top action. They make no sense. Completely just bullshit from front to back, right? But they're not pissing off their fan base.
Mm.
You want to talk about like the most devout and critical, but still will give you the benefit of the doubt to go and support it? Comic book fans.
Hmm.
Through and fucking through. And if you are out there trolling them and pissing them off, like, why do you think your predecessors were all fired and let go? And they
Yeah.
bent over backwards to bring back Henry Cavill and then brought you in, and you're like, no, I have a different idea. And then you let go of like the best Superman that ever happened, whatever. I'm upset about it, but James Gunn also has proven himself to make good fucking movies.
Hmm.
And DC has always been a little bit darker, a little bit more gritty. So like, and the fact that he's done that with the Suicide Squad, and
Brightburn.
I trust him, I
Mm.
do. But when you're out there just constantly pissing off the fans, like, it's fine if your vision doesn't match what the fans want.
Mm.
But if you just encourage them, be like, hey, I
In a
hear you.
positive way.
I hear you. I have this vision. Please trust me. Look at what I have done.
Pattinson.
Trust me.
Robert Pattinson. When Robert Pattinson was announced as Batman for the Batman, fans were pissed. They're like, the dude from fucking Twilight. Even you and I expressed our dislike
I
for
was
the casting.
excited
I just, yeah.
because I'd
Maybe
seen
it
like
was
some of
me.
his like more like indie stuff.
Okay, so I had said in when we talked about that before, I had said that I have seen since his announcement as Batman, I've watched like some more serious roles, and I was like, I can kind of see it now.
Hmm.
But like you're saying, like initially announcing something that you don't like, the fans were pissed, and uh Jesus Christ, not Todd Phillips, Reeves, Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves, yeah.
Matt Reeves was kind of like, hey man, like this is Batman, like trust me. He wasn't like talking shit to the fans and being like, if you don't like it, don't fucking watch. You know what I mean? Like he was like, just trust me, this is gonna be good. And god damn it,
It was
it was
so
fucking
good.
good. And we trusted him because he wasn't being an asshole about it. Now you got James Gunn out there, and he's like, this is what I'm gonna do. And if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. And the fans are not gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah, and they're
If you're
like,
being a
okay, cool. I
Yeah,
won't
if you're
watch
gonna
it
be a
then.
dick about it, they're not gonna watch it. There's an approach that's the thing. He's a good filmmaker, but maybe his approach to the fans is not so
I
great.
think
And
he's if I may, I think he's taking it more personal.
yeah,
Like,
yes,
and I get it because his name's attached to it. So everyone's like, "Oh, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn." It's like it's not even that. The fans are just upset because everything is changing.
yeah,
We as fans like were excited to hear that Henry Cavill's coming back,
yeah.
and then
If he if he
we
had
hear
just
that
said,
like Batfleck, Ben
yeah,
Affleck, Gal Gadot, even Henry Cavill are suing because they were under contract. They couldn't take
yeah,
certain jobs because of their contracts.
yeah,
And knowing that that's how the studio is already treating them, and
yeah,
then someone comes in and they're like, "Okay, done with that. We're going to buy them out, whatever." And then continues to talk shit.
yeah,
And it's like, yeah, I'm going to light a fire to this pile of timber, and then I'm going to try and build a house with it while it's on fire. Like, it's not going to fucking work.
like our thing, this is what we do is we watch nerdy movies and we tell you guys about it. So I'm gonna watch them, but I'm gonna tell you right now, man, if it sucks, I'm gonna I'm gonna burn your house down, bro.
Yeah,
Like all the shit you're talking, you better fucking come through. And if you
yeah.
don't, I'm gonna
Done.
light your dick on fire.
Yeah, it's called chlamydia.
Yeah. I was just talking about rubbing two sticks together, making a fire. I'm gonna burn your dick
Chlamydia.
off. No, I'm talking like when it burns when you pee because it's so fire.
Chlamydia.
So, long story short,
Sorry,
James
Mom.
Gunn,
I
I'll
didn't
give
want you to know
chlamydia
that
if
this
you
was.
fuck this up.
Didn't want my mom to find out that that's how I know what that is. No.
Moving on. We're moving on.
Yeah.
I love you. I trust you.
I
Be
d-
nicer to your fans, and let us be the fucking deciders. You don't fucking tell us.
don't even let us be the deciders
Yeah,
because I mean, Robert Pattinson as Batman, the fans would have never cast that, and he fucking killed it.
killed it.
But treat the fans with respect because
That's what I'm saying.
the
Don't
fans
be a dick.
are the ones that are going to show up despite early reviews
Just
that are
say,
going to
"Trust
show
me."
up despite anything else. Yeah, just be like,
Say, sorry, this isn't what you guys, as the fans, guys and girls, what you people want,
yeah.
you know? But this is what's happening,
And
and I hope you like it.
I
Be
have
respectful about
a
it. Don't be
vision
a
for
dick.
it. Give me the chance. Let me show you what I have planned. If you just do that.
Speaking of potentially lame things, we got our first set photos of Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Get it. You go.
I'm not thrilled. It looks
I love Lady Gaga.
oh,
Let me throw that out there right away. Love, love, love. And Joaquin Phoenix might be one of the most talented actors in Hollywood, hands down.
ever.
That being said.
That being said.
Oh, shit, yeah. Do another one because you said it after I did.
Well, I missed with the straw. I'm sorry. Uh, it's such a lackluster photo. It's a red blazer, a checkered blouse, and she took eyeliner and went from above her eyebrow down to the middle of her cheek on each eyes. And her hair
That's
is
it.
kind of slicked back, and
Yeah.
you see the regrowth because she's not a natural blonde. Woo! Like, whatever.
It could be. So this is my argument to contest that a little bit, is that it could be that this is the first introduction to her spiel.
Transformation
You know what I mean?
from
We could see a more, comic accurate Harley Quinn later in the movie. We know from Todd Phillips' first Joker movie that Joaquin, it was a very slow progression into the Joker. Even the smile of his makeup wasn't until the very last seconds of the movie where he smears his blood across his face. So, is it slightly annoying to see her the way she is? A little bit.
Yeah, but also
Um,
I get what you're saying. They're not gonna put out like the full ensemble
mhm, right away.
right away. Yeah.
Yeah. So this could be early. It is early set photos. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully, when we see her, I'm not asking for pigtails. I get it. Like, you know, but
And
I
I'm
want,
also not asking for like a jester costume.
yeah,
You know,
just give us a psychotic looking, you know, like
like we're
Joaquin Phoenix, his transition to Joker at the very end with the suit, the hair, the makeup. I mean, to put it like you would.
uh,
It was fucking beautiful. And I don't want them to just like be like, okay, here's Harley Quinn. She's wearing these clothes that are like resembling, a deck of cards and she's got a little bit of makeup on. I will be really mad if that's the final product of Harley Quinn.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to see the same, if not better or equal to, transition from Joker's psychiatrist to psychopath.
Yeah.
And if I don't get that, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah. I think I'm also just bitter because of it being troped as a musical.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a musical.
No, why?
Nothing leads up to it even deserving a musical.
I could argue a little bit that the first movie, even though it wasn't a musical, the music in the first movie was beautifully placed and chosen. Like the music that was in the first
And
movie.
him like dancing down the stairs, like
Oh,
give
amazing.
give it an iconic musical number if you
Yeah,
must,
like a presence of music. I'm all
because
for.
they're psychotic. You know,
Yeah.
like give them a musical number. Don't make it a musical.
Nope. Please don't make it a
It
full-on
that
musical.
has no place in this story.
Mm-mm.
If
Ever.
if the first one was closer to a musical, the transition would make sense. But it
But
wasn't. It was just
that's what I'm saying is
great thematic music.
maybe they're saying that the because of the presence of music in the first movie was so because I myself watching that movie, I was like, yo, that song with this part, mwah,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, and so maybe it's hopefully, God, please, make it something like that where you're just going to pay a little more attention to those musical scenes. I don't want to see the Joker or Harley Quinn singing in this movie. I will be fucking pissed if
The
that's the
only
case.
the I'm going to disagree with one caveat. If it is when Harleen Quinzel loses her mind and becomes Harley Quinn,
That's one song. That's
exactly.
fine. I don't
That's
want a whole movie of that. No.
yeah, exactly. But like it's Lady Gaga, so like let her record it, sing it, do that entire thing.
Mhm.
For
I love Todd Phillips. I
that
love Joaquin Phoenix.
did not mean
I
to punch
love
my
Lady
microphone.
Gaga. Just please
Yeah,
don't.
don't let it be more than just that like full on
Yeah.
psychotic breakdown.
Yeah, we already saw that in Scrubs.
Well, that was like the Broadway episode. It's different.
No, it's not different. That was a terrible episode. It was super annoying. I hate musical episodes.
What?
Lucifer did it. Pissed me off.
That one was terrible.
They're all terrible.
But Guy
Hate
Love
it.
Between Two Guys, I mean, that's like an instant classic from Scrubs.
I love you too, Chad. Moving on.
It was a funny song, damn it.
It's a terrible episode. I hate this is a personal thing. I hate musical episodes in everything. Everyone does it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer did it. Lucifer, Scrubs, everybody fucking does it. Like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. Let's do it. But Family Guy does it fucking on another level. I mean, I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Don't do it.
I hate it too, and I love musicals.
Hmm.
If it's a musical, fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Greatest Showman, fantastic.
Wick,
Minus the racism thing, but
yeah, well, I mean, P.T. Barnum was a piece of shit, but
yeah,
like Phantom, Phantom of the Opera,
Phantom of the Opera.
Les Mis.
We slapped a sticker in New York outside of Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, we're just
You remember?
a couple years before that. I went and saw Phantom of the Opera right there at the Mystic. Fucking
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like musicals are not the problem in this instance. It is trying to make something that should not be a musical into a musical because you have a musical person.
We gotta move on.
Yeah, we definitely have to
We
move
gotta
on.
move on.
And
We went off.
we're going into a really sad topic after this. So
Yeah.
Jake, take it away. Just
Brace yourselves. We didn't get a chance, or we had the chance. We dropped the ball on mentioning this last week. Lance Reddick, who plays Sharon in the John Wick films, which just came out this weekend, passed away at the age of 60. This guy is so amazing, not just for his acting career, but in the nerd community. This guy was in everything. He has hands in everything nerd. Vox Machina, Resident Evil. Was it Infinity,
Destiny.
the video game? Destiny. Destiny. I'm sorry. I'm not a big gamer. I'm sorry, guys. Chad's more of the gamer. Um, I mean, uh, oh, was it Batman? Oh shit, I forgot
It's
it.
one of the animated Batman things where he
Batman
voices Ra's al
something.
Ghul.
It was Fear the Batman. Ra's al Ghul is what it was
Yeah.
called. He was in Marvel. He voiced Falcon in Marvel Avengers animated
The Mightiest Heroes.
Mightiest Heroes. That's
Earth's
what it
Mightiest
was. Yeah.
Heroes, yeah.
I mean,
Also, he even had a small part in it's more sitcom, but still on the nerd side, Young Sheldon.
oh,
Yeah.
did he? I didn't
Yeah.
see. I didn't even know that. Yeah, and one of the biggest like heartbreaking like for me is I loved the Percy Jackson books and the movies because I grew up, reading those and watching when the movies came out. Logan Lerman was originally in the movies and Alexandra Daddario. Um, and then they rebooted it as a TV series on Disney Plus with the kid from the Adam Project.
The Adam Project, yeah.
Yeah, and it's called Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and Lance is playing Zeus. It hasn't even released yet, and now he has passed away, and it's a real big bummer. So I'm really happy that there are projects out there that we'll still get to see him in, but man, this is really sad for
Yeah.
I mean, what it was some other nerd stuff. He was in Godzilla, Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong, tomato
Yeah,
potato.
and then also
But,
just the Godzilla standalone film. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's been in a lot. What else was he in?
well, the Resident Evil Netflix series that came out, I think it got canceled after the first season, but he played the dad to the two girls. You know, I mean,
Also Castlevania, like
Castlevania, yeah.
I believe just the English dubs, but still, like, yeah, he has been all over, like, the world of nerd.
We still don't know what the official. All they're saying is that it was sudden and it was natural causes. And I assume it must have been a heart attack or something like that, because sudden, natural, like or a brain aneurysm, maybe. I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, but they haven't released it yet, and but it's a bummer. And we did pay a very nice tribute to him on our Instagram. Go check that out if you haven't. But we love you, dude. Thank you so much for the art you put into the world and also into the nerd world. Like you will be sadly missed. Like I said, I'll one of my honorable mentions for this week, and we can talk about it later, is that we went and saw John Wick 4 last night, and me and Nicole both like pouty lipped and like teared up like at his like final scene, and it was like, damn.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
so yeah. We love you, dude. This sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So we
and not
wish
to cut
his
that tribute short.
yeah.
Sorry. Finish
I was
your
just to say we wish his family and friends the best, and yeah,
yeah.
we got to move on, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Not to cut the memoriam short for Lance, because he has contributed so much to not even just nerd realms, but just great
yeah,
cinema and TV
mm,
and everything that has been out there. He just seemed like such a fantastic person. So we don't mean to cut that short, but
you guys don't want a 3 hour fucking episode this week, so we're gonna
nope.
we gotta move on.
We do have. Well, Jake, you are the one that brought it to my attention, and then we kind of debated back and forth a theory about Daredevil Born Again.
Well, so we have well, the nerd news is that there's Daredevil Born Again set photos. The theory comes from in one of the set photos, they show uh Matt Murdock walking by a it's like a sign or a poster kind of thing, but it says the year like 2020 or something like that, which would
Probably
indicate
2018.
yeah, but which would indicate that it was before the blip. Um, so that my theory, semi-educated theory, is that um Foggy, because we know that Karen and Foggy are not in Daredevil Born Again. My theory is that they blipped, and for the 5 years that they were gone, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, spent 5 years being Daredevil without putting his friends in danger. Um, and then when they blip back, I'm assuming that he decides to like let them live their lives Daredevil free.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be really cool. This is just a me thing. Whatever. You and I talked about it. I think it would be really cool if they showed a scene because we know that Daredevil can see some stuff
Kind of like
like
Sonar.
lights. Yeah. It would be really cool if originally I thought it'd be cool if he was sitting with Karen and Foggy and they just like disappeared at the snap. But now that we know that they're not in this at all, not even for a cameo, I think it would be cool if he's maybe in court, uh, and like going through trial, and half of the courtroom disappears, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, and you can see from his perspective, people just like,
Like little
LeBron Jamesing
burst,
into, and then and
little,
then
little burst of light.
and then him running to his office only to find a couple piles of ash where Karen and Foggy are. Um, I think that would be a really strong open to Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if that's gonna happen. Probably fucking not. But I don't know how they're gonna explain Foggy and Karen not being in the show at all. So that's what I came up with. I don't know if it's gonna be true or not.
Because we know that this is going to be an 18 episode season one, where all the Netflixes were 12 or 13. What I was kind of thinking was maybe he gets blipped. Matt Murdock gets blipped. So when the blip comes back, he is born again. And then it could also kind of explain it like maybe him, Karen, and Foggy, or Karen and Foggy weren't blipped, so they moved on with their lives.
I like that.
Or they were all blipped, and when they came back, Karen and Foggy were like, fuck, like, we gotta go figure out what's going on with our families, we gotta fuck off, because then it leaves the possibility for them to come back. I'm not against them coming back. I loved this portrayal of Foggy. I didn't particularly like Karen, but I like Deborah
Ann
Wolf.
Wall.
Van
Deborah
Wall.
Ann Wall.
Deborah Ann Wall. Van Wall. I like her as an actress. I just thought that in the Netflix series she was just kind of annoying.
True Blood.
Yeah. And other things, but
Yeah.
I would be okay with, because if they do that where like they all got blipped and when they come back like they fuck off to deal with their family issues and all that stuff, because then it leaves the door open for them to come back. I'm totally fine with that. But I think that would be kind of interesting of Daredevil being born again, because he was blipped away, and that's how Kingpin kind of rose back to power, because it's not directly connected to everything that happened on the Netflix series, but I mean, it's some of the same actors playing the same characters, so there's that. We don't know, but we do know from Vincent D'Onofrio's own motherfucking mouth, the Kingpin, what's coming, Jake? Sometime. Someday.
Kingpin. Oh, you mean like coming? Sorry, hold on.
Like coming.
Vincent D'Onofrio. If you look at the spelling of his name, it doesn't make fucking sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, like all these abs know. Oh, I'm Pete.
He officially said at CinemaCon. Was it CinemaCon?
I think you said GalaxyCon.
GalaxyCon. Yes. Yeah. He said that his version of Kingpin will be beating the shit out of Tom Holland's Spider-Man at some point. Will he actually beat the shit out of him? Probably not. But
probably will the first time.
They are going to fight each other. It's happening, and I'm very excited for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They gotta up him up a little bit. Like, he's a big guy, but you gotta up his character up a little bit.
They kind of did that in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Where he's taking like arrows and just like, fuck you, showing a little bit more that he's just not just 1,000% fucking muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We took a lot of time. Talk about sponsor 2.
Sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up, we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today. Okay, nerds. Now we're going to talk about the latest episode of The Mandalorian, Season 3, now streaming on Disney+. Jake's over there just wanking something off to the side. Just
petting my dog.
I know, you were petting your dog. Because she has a rib bone in her mouth or something like that.
I took it away from her.
Oh, you took away her bone? That's so mean.
She chewed it into little sharp points, and I was like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't.
You cannot show your penis on camera, Jake.
I said little sharp points.
I said what I said.
Jubilee, go on. No, can't have it. Go on.
No, so, I mean, hopefully that was enough of time for you to know that this is going to be a spoiler alert. And if you haven't watched it, pause and come back. Cool. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Jog on. So this entire episode takes place on the planet that Bo-Katan and Mando went to, which seems like the worst place to have a secret base.
Yeah, they keep getting attacked.
Just from wildlife.
I was just in like the past 2 episodes, dude.
Smack your dog. I see her tail.
Like the first episode, or not the first episode, the last episode was like a giant crocodile, and then this episode,
A pterodactyl.
a pterodactyl.
The P in space is not silent. I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. No, it's like a giant parrot dinosaur type thing.
No, I just remembered I think I sent it to you a while back.
The meme.
And it's like, does my girlfriend says I talk about dinosaurs too much, and oh fuck, how does it go? And he's like, I told her that the dinosaurs are extinct, and she was silent, like the P in pterodactyl. Yeah. Anyways.
Yes.
Sorry. That's why I was laughing.
But the youngling that we see actually take the Mandalorian oath, get his helmet, gets captured by this pterodactyl, but it is what is that Mandalorian's name? Like Visa something. I should have looked it up. But it's his son.
Yeah.
And he's like, "That's my boy." And then the pterodactyl comes and he's like, "Oh no, my boy!" And then the kid's like, "Father, help!"
Father, help!
As it gets taken away. So the Mandalorians, led by Bo-Katan primarily, and then also Mando, decide to go on a hunting party to save the youngling.
Mm-hmm.
Or the foundling. Younglings are Jedi that Anakin, just mowed down. Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. Well, that would be if he cared about family. No, but a lot of it is them trying to get the foundling back. Even though it's not a foundling, it's actually one of the Mandalorian's children's. Destiny's Childress. Say my names. Sorry, it was funny in my head.
Oh no, it was funny. I was gonna keep going, and then I was like, nope. We gotta get through this.
But we were wrong about how quickly it would take for Bo-Katan to take off her helmet again. Because she wears it the entire episode. To the point where, during their search party, they stop and make camp at the base of the mountain so that in the morning they can climb and attack the pterodactyls. Pterodactyls, yeah.
Pterodactyl. The PT dactyl. Because isn't it spelled PT?
The Pedro Pascal dactyl. It's funny because he's also Mando. But she even turns to Mando and is like, "How do you eat with your helmet on?" He's like, "You don't. We all just go fuck off and find a dark corner to take our helmets off." And so she like gets up, and everyone's like, "No, no, no! You're the leader of this party. You have the honor of staying by the fire. We'll come back when you say that your helmet's back on."
Yeah.
It's interesting because like she never cared about this until they were like, "We like you.
You've been redeemed. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I'm important again.
Yeah.
I guess I'll follow your bullshit rules."
And then she just walks like a baddie the whole time. Walks like Rihanna, if you will.
God, I fucking love Rihanna.
It's a song.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
It's like a boy band song. I don't know why I know it, but I do.
He knows why. But they like fight off the dinosaur-esque thing and get the youngling back, or the foundling.
He gets
And-
regurgitated back into the nest.
Yeah, it was.
I thought he was dead.
So did
was
I,
like,
because
well,
like
that's bad.
it was like,
And he was like,
bleh.
hey.
"Father, help!" And that's actually when we find out that this other Mandalorian was his father, because they're like, "Okay, we got to see what happens. Got to make sure that we attack this." And he's like, "Screw
That's
that!
my
I'm
son."
going in now. That's my boy."
Yeah, my boy. Also, like, really cool thing that happened in this episode is that we know that Grogu has abandoned his Jedi training to be with Mando, and Mando has kind of been, sorry, Din Djarin has
Yeah.
kind of been training Grogu a little bit, just like showing him like the mapping systems on the ship and blah 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 blah. But this is the first episode where Grogu gets his first piece of armor as a Mandalorian, which
Yeah.
is fucking dope.
And it's because he wins a sparring match
Yeah.
against
Oh yeah,
another.
the paintball fight. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember.
Grogu goes. Well, Din Djarin like volunteers Grogu for
As tribute.
a training fight. Yeah.
I volunteer. Volunteer. It's tribute.
But he volunteers Grogu for like a training fight with paintballs. No real.
Danger.
Yeah. And it's best of three, or not best of three, first to three.
Mhm.
And Grogu gets hit twice before he can even like do anything. And Din Djarin's like, I've seen you. Like, I've seen you flip around, use your other training, and do good. Do better.
And then Jon Favreau threw the
Yeets.
doll into the air.
Yeah. They just yeeted him to where he's like flipping around. Like, my son does not have ADD. He just likes to jump. It's from a viral video from SNL of Pedro Pascal. But Grogu wins the fight because he like uses his force training to flip around like Yoda would. Taking advantage of being able to jump and use the force to navigate despite his size, and then wins the fight. And because of that, he does get a piece of armor, like you were saying, and take it from there.
That's all I had. It was cool.
Well, yeah, but because the concept is the Mandalorians, when there's a new foundling that is earning their way for the way, the Mandalorians like give up a small piece of their Beskar armor.
Oh, yeah, there, yeah.
to give, and so Grogu gets a chest plate, but because he's so little, it's just like a fucking medallion.
Yeah.
He's just Flava Flav out there.
Yes. That was good. Yeah. I mean,
Do you have anything negative about this season to say?
I don't think I have anything negative. I love the show. Obviously, Pedro Pascal, amazing. John Favreau, like Bryce Dallas Howard has had her hands in the show.
And Dave
Um,
Filoni just fucking knows Star Wars
yeah,
up and
I
down.
really really enjoy it. I will say that and I think this is just for any show ever. There are just some episodes that just don't go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and there's just some episodes
I
here and
think that
there
was
that are
more like
just,
last week.
yeah, I was just like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
that didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And that's just is what it is. That's it
What
is,
is
but
cool though, sorry to cut you off,
no,
is
that's
because
it. I'm
I
done.
didn't put it in our notes, is that Ahmed Best, for the
Mm.
flashback of Grogu getting rescued, is
Yeah,
Ahmed Best saves Grogu, which
yeah.
is awesome. If you guys don't know that name,
I didn't
it's
know.
fine.
Yeah,
That is the actor that played Jar Jar Binks,
Misa Jar Jar Binks. Yeah.
which I have more to go on from this, but so like he actually gets to be just a Jedi, and he's the one
Mhm.
that rescues Grogu, puts him on a ship to get out of Coruscant.
Yep.
Super cool that he's redeemed. He, another Jedi gets shot down from
If
the
if
clones,
you're a fan, you know that Jar Jar Binks' character got a lot of hate in the trilogy with Natalie Portman.
and also if you paid attention outside of being a fan of Star Wars, uh, he was ridiculed as an actor, even though he
Hmm.
was just like hired to play Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he said in interviews that, like, he thought about killing himself because of how much people hated Jar Jar and hated him for it, which is fucking terrible.
Do you think it would have been different if they stuck to the original plan and made Jar Jar Binks a Sith Lord?
Absolutely not.
You don't think it would have been any different? I think it would have been different. I think fans would have reacted way differently.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I think that it would have totally redeemed that character and
Mm,
his justification for being like over the top.
yeah.
But I think that the reason that they ditched it was because of the hate.
Hmm. But that's their own fucking fault. Like, you
Yeah.
created that hate, you dum-dums. Yeah,
Yeah, because
whatever.
Jar
Anyways,
Jar was supposed to be like the mirror to Yoda.
yeah.
That's meh. Theories. Dad's way over there. But what was
Oh.
cool was that he got, to be a hero. But what's interesting is, and this is just a theory, is that the ship that they get onto at the end is a Naboo Star Cruiser. The giant silver ship, much like what Padme uses, but she didn't know what was going on at that point in time.
Hmm.
Jar Jar was still a senator. So he could have known about that, sent the ship to try and save as many people as he could have, because he has a life debt to the Jedi because of Qui-Gon.
Mm.
Send a ship which is ironic that Ahmed Best's character sent a ship so that Ahmed Best could save younglings. It was just something that I saw online, and it was like, oh, that's just like an extra like icing on the cake to be like redemption for Ahmed,
Yeah.
because he was bullied into almost giving up his acting career, giving up his life because of just like toxic fandom. It's just a cool little thing, because like Padme didn't know anything that was going on until like the day after.
No, Padme sucked.
Well,
Sorry.
you didn't watch the Clone Wars. She's still pretty badass in that fucking show. But
She still sucks.
But outside of all of
Anakin
that,
killed a bunch of kids. No, not my Annie. No, yeah, there's video of it. I don't believe you.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Yeah.
Anakin, why are you trying to kill me? No, Daddy, harder. Sorry, Dark Daddy, because now he's Darth Vader. At that point in time, my only issue with this season of Mandalorian is that clearly they're building to some sort of conflict, right? It's probably going to be on Mandalore.
Mm-hmm.
They just seem to be taking their sweet ass time.
Yeah.
Like it's just a lot of these episodes for this season doesn't feel like there's any sort of like pressing danger or pressing conflict.
No like big plot point has happened,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Like cool shit has happened. I think the one thing that they're definitely leaning towards, and we kind of talked about it last week, is that Bo-Katan will be the leader of Mandalore, not Din Djarin.
What if though? What if it's Grogu? Because we've
I
seen.
saw that. I saw that.
What if he?
Yeah.
Because we've seen him in the Book of Boba Fett, and
It would have
even
to be,
in
like,
the first season of Mandalorian.
It would have to be so far down the road. He's still a baby. He can't even talk yet. So it would have to be like way later. There would have to be like a time jump between like
Unless Din and Bo-Katan act as like ambassadors for him.
yeah, but I'm saying that Grogu would not become that until much later.
Yeah.
I've seen concept art for it, and like it looks really cool, and I'm like, that would be dope. Like if he becomes like if he's the one who tames
Jedi Mandalorian.
the mythosaur and all that cool stuff. But
he's the only one with the Jedi ability to tame a wild animal like that. We've seen that in the prequels. We've seen that even in this show and the Book of Boba Fett.
But Bo-Katan looked the mythosaur in the eye, and the thing just swam away.
True.
I'm not saying you don't have to have the fucking
No.
the Force to tame an animal. So I think she is going to become the leader of the Mandalorians on Mandalore, which will be an awesome, like, going forward in the show, like an awesome checkpoint for Grogu and Din Djarin to be like, hey, we got to go back to Mandalore and like get whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think it's gonna be a giant staple.
A slow build for Grogu to take the throne.
Yeah. I think it'll be dope to see Grogu do more, but right now he can't even speak. Even though he tried, he can't speak yet. So I think it's a stretch to say that he's going to be the leader of Mandalore.
I just saw that theory online, and I was like, it makes sense because we've seen him do that with creatures that could fucking just like swallow him whole.
They would either have to do a massive time jump, or this show would have to go on for like 20 seasons for it to make any sense. Because right now he's 50 years old and he's still a baby.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, yeah. And then by then, Din Djarin would be dead if they did like a time jump to make it make sense.
Yeah.
That Grogu is like an adult. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Bo-Katan.
I think logically, you're right. I just love that idea.
I would still like to see Grogu like taller, suited up in like a Mandalorian like.
He's not going to get that much taller. I mean, maybe
a little taller,
double in size for him, but he's not going to be.
But you know, Yoda was a badass, man. I would like to see him fucking suited up in Mandalorian armor.
Oh,
like imagine Grogu.
Up.
Imagine Grogu, like fucking 3 feet tall, walking into a bar and being like, "You're coming with me," and they're like, and he just wham. Force slam somebody against the wall. You know what I mean? Like,
you can come. Like, I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Yeah.
Use the same fucking. if that doesn't happen in the series finale,
Yeah.
finale,
Yeah.
finale, yeah, sweet alcohol. Uh, if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be quite bummed.
Mm.
Even if it's a post-credit scene that leads to nowhere, just to be like, oh yeah, 50 years from now or 100 years from now, you know, after the sequels, you know, after Daisy Ridley and Finn are done butchering the Star Wars realm.
It
It wasn't their fault. I know. And I also used Daisy and then not John Boyega's name. Yeah, I just...
I didn't even catch that until you said that.
But it'd be still kind of cool, despite all that.
Okay, bye.
Do you have anything left to say about The Mandalorian?
No.
So
I think
far?
we should move on, close out the episode, and do our
All right.
thing. Do our
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and close out this episode then.
But before we do, Chad, honorable mentions. What do you got?
Well, I mean, the season finale of Shrinking came out this week, and that was took a weird.
Called it.
It took a weird turn. I mean, I definitely
called it
I
immediately.
saw it coming. Not as early as you did, but like it was a weird turn compared to like the rest of the show.
I feel like, spoiler alert. I won't spoil it, but spoiler alert because I want to. I feel like they've been kind of hinting to it or something all season.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I did not see it coming, and then the last episode happened, and I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. And then that thing happened, and I was like, oh.
So there's multiple clients, as we know. That's the only one that has been given multiple episodes, and I was like, something's gonna happen. Everything was going.
I guess that makes sense.
Everything was the only way for this show to go on, in my opinion, and we've talked about this, is for Jimmy, the main character, Jason Segel, to relapse. And this ending is the thing.
Oh,
that
that's
would make
definitely
him-
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like this
Otherwise,
is a little bit more.
If it just ended like happy and like there would be a one and done season. Something had to happen in order for the show to continue, and the ending of this episode or this season was the pushing off point.
I just think that it changes the dynamic of the show. Like now, next season, it's probably not going to be as focused on a therapy session.
I think it still will be. I think it'll be more.
There has to be like a court aspect to it now, moving forward.
Yeah, I think
But maybe not Derek.
Okay, hold on. We just got to do it. All right, guys. No, we don't, because we don't want to spend any more time. Anyways,
the other thing that I had on my honorable mentions. Sorry.
that's it. No, I could talk about it for like an hour. And
yeah.
I love this show so much. Yeah.
The other thing on my honorable mention was I watched on Apple TV Plus The Greatest Beer Run Ever with Zac Efron. It was enjoyable.
Good.
I expected there to be a little bit more of like a political base to it. And for most of the movie, there wasn't. But what was cool was that it starts with someone being like super supportive and then like actually experiencing something and be like, this might not be what I thought it was. And that's all I'm going to say about it. It was really funny, and I love Zac Efron. I don't care what anyone says. I fucking love Zac Efron.
Yep. Same.
And there are also a lot of scenes sprinkled like in the second half.
Not that anybody has anything bad to say about Zac Efron.
No, they don't. It's all about his appearance, and it's like the dude broke his fucking face.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, it's funny throughout. There's a lot of like comical parts because he's just kind of oblivious. You know,
I've almost
he
watched it a few
served
times.
in the military, but like he never went to war. So like I'm all for the troops, and then decides to go to Vietnam and bring beer to his friends. That's the entire premise. Is that he's traveling through Vietnam through war zones to bring beer to the people that he grew up with that are actually like fighting in a war zone because he's like the oldest of their group of friends. Fucking hilarious.
So a thumbs up
Thumbs up.
from you.
Yeah. But there's definitely moments where you're like, holy Jesus. Like it gets really tense. Fantastic. And also Russell Crowe's character, he plays photojournalist.
Russell Crowe is in that?
Yeah, he plays a photo.
I didn't know that.
He plays a photojournalist that's over there that befriends Zac Efron's character.
What a twat.
It's so good though. It was really enjoyable. I definitely recommend it. Yeah. What about you?
I got two. One of them is Scream 5. That's the first one with Jenna Ortega. The newest one is in theaters now. Nicole and I have been catching up on all of them. This one is the first of the new trilogy. So the fourth movie is kind of in purgatory, and then this this one is the one that's bringing it back to the original trilogy, but starting a new trilogy. So the main girl is Billy Loomis's. If you haven't watched Scream, like some people,
Hi,
Billy
it's
Loomis
me. I'm
is
the problem.
the original killer from the first movie. This is his daughter and her sister, and it's really good. It's really brutal. The kill scenes, they really amped up the kill scenes, and this movie did something that you didn't think was gonna happen, and I'm gonna ruin it for you, Chad. But they killed David Arquette.
No.
Yeah, he gets fucking gutted.
No.
I mean,
literally
literally.
gutted.
Yeah. And I think that I haven't seen the new one that's in theaters right now, but the only way that it makes sense for me to outdo that is to kill Sidney Prescott, which is the main character from the original trilogy, and she's been in every single movie so far. Fuck. Give me a sec. Give me another sec.
Courtney Cox's character?
Nope, 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 nope. Oh my God.
Sidney Prescott. Is
I
that
know
the
her
actress's name?
Yeah, I'm struggling. I literally just told you this 2 days ago. Why am I farting on this? But
Oh, Sidney Prescott is the character's name?
yeah.
Oh. I was looking up the wrong thing.
Oh my God. But anyways, I think that the only way they could outstage killing Dewey, which is David
Oh,
Arquette's
Neve Campbell?
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell, sorry.
Nev Campbell. Jesus
There's an E
Christ.
at the end of it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Looks like Neve.
I think, and I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen the one that's in theaters right now, but I think the only way to upstage killing off David Arquette's character is to kill her, and then make the last movie, which is the next one after this one,
Courtney
be
Cox.
be about. I want the next movie to be about the two sisters that are the center of this trilogy. So in order to make that possible, they need to kill the existing characters from the original trilogy.
Oh, it's like Star Wars. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Um,
I'm kidding. All the fans that love these things, I'm fucking with you.
our other one was we went and saw John Wick Chapter 4 last night,
Mm.
which was one of, not the last, but one of Lance Reddick's last performances. It was really fucking good. It's really long. It's like either 2.5 to 3 hours. I didn't time it. I thought it was gonna be a 2 hour movie. We sat there for a long time and I looked at my watch and I was like, it's been like 2.5 hours and the movie's not over. What's going on here? So it's long. It's really good. It's unbelievable as all of those movies are. They're just ridiculous, like whatever over the top action. I will say, if you disregard the fact that it is unbelievable action and like over the top, like this wouldn't happen in real life, is one of the best action movies I have ever seen in my entire life. It was so fucking good.
I
I
mean, people still like the Fast and Furious films, so like
Yeah.
at
This
least gunshots make sense in this
yeah.
in these
There
film
there were
series.
moments of this movie of like 15 to 20 minute long action sequences that were not like it was like one shot.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you get it in one shot? Because if you put Keanu Reeves through this multiple times, like, how was he alive?
Well,
Because it was,
there is movie magic
yeah, it was
even
insane.
with one shots because like you look at the
Yeah.
movie like 1917, which is supposed to be shot as like a one
Mhm.
camera, but there's like random parts where it cuts.
It was fantastic. I mean, the movie was it was really good. The action was insane. There were parts of the movie where my hands were sweating, and my girlfriend was like, "Hey, man, like." Get your hand out of here. Because I was like holding onto her knee and I was just like squeezing her knee. And I was like, whoops, I'm sorry. Like it's so fun. This is what action movies should be like. I think this movie, I love all the John Wick movies, but I think this movie really sets the bar for action movies going forward. It's so
Mm.
fucking good. It was so good.
By the
There
time
is a,
this episode
there,
airs, I'll have seen it.
yeah, there is
But
an after credit scene. That's all I'll say about it. So stick around after the movie.
no.
It's the first one in the franchise to do so, but yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
Cool.
Give us
Well,
your money.
damn it, you beat me to it. God damn it. I was going to be like, okay, cool. Well, give us your money. If you like this podcast and you like what we're doing, support us, please. We don't pocket anything. We have people that work on this podcast that is not Jake or myself that we want to pay.
And we don't right now, and it's really sad.
And they say they're okay with it, but like we should pay them. So give us your money so we can give them your money. But seriously, the greatest way to support us is to go to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd, and you can get some awesome stuff from member exclusive merch, behind the scenes footage. I mean, just last week we had an awesome interview with Dave Morris. A lot of people don't know who he is because he's not famous, but he's an incredible resource for Dungeons and Dragons. Like, we have a lot of really awesome guests on the show that are a part of the nerd world that support nerds, and you can get full unedited interviews, behind the scenes, all that sort of stuff, as well as we get more subscribers, we'll post some more like us being just fucking jackasses behind the scenes.
The
And
big
stuff
thing
like that.
is that like we get we're very small fish in a very big pond. We've had some amazing, I mean, amazing guests on
Yeah.
our show. And if you want us to be able to continue to get more of those guests, I mean, these are professional artists, comic book writers, like fucking movie stars. Sorry, movie star. Like this
Yeah.
is, you know, like we can get bigger guests on this show if you guys help us out. And that's what we want ultimately, you know. Um like Chad said, none of the money's going into our pockets. Where if you guys like what we're doing, we can do it bigger and better with a little help. So,
Yeah. And if you don't want to do a monthly subscription, I mean, you can always go to allthingsnerdpodcast.com and just purchase merch. You know, if you like what we're doing, but you don't feel comfortable doing a monthly thing, one-time donations are available through Buy Me a Coffee, but I would recommend just getting merch with a one-time payment. And then you get something out of it, and it helps us
and
help
if you
the
do,
show.
please like put it on yourself and then put it on your social media and tag us in it. That helps spread the word. So,
Yeah. And if you don't even want to give money, you can still like, subscribe on like Spotify, Apple Podcast, stuff like that. Like, give us 5 stars. You know, it helps get it in front of more people. Yeah, I know. It sounds so cheesy. It's the fucking worst. But it really does help, as cheesy as it is. And, I mean, we love you guys regardless. We're going to keep doing the show regardless.
even if we had 0 followers, we're doing this because we like to.
Yeah, we had almost a year's worth of content before we started recording. So, like, we're going to do this regardless. It helps get in front of more people because we like to do this. It's fun and people seem to like it. So, it helps. Go ahead, Jake. Bring us home.
Okay, bye. This has been the All Things Nerd podcast.